round 10.
A very good morning and welcome to Icon Park, the first of a double-header day here. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's to kick us off with Carlton taking on Williamstown. And then later on this afternoon, the Northern Blues taking on Williamstown in the Peter Jackson VFL. Anthony Stangett's with you. Joining me in commentary today, a very warm welcome and a very good morning to Brendan Rhodes.
Great to be with you, Anthony. Hello, everyone at home. A beautiful sunny Sunday morning here, and the best seat in the house here at Icon Park. Really looking forward to this one between two teams that are in desperate need of a victory.
Yeah, they certainly are. The Blues at the moment on a 6-game losing streak. Williamstown looking for their second win of the season, and Carlton looking for their third win as the ball brought out to this broadcast side wing. Williamstown moving the ball up towards right half forward. Good kick forward that time by Lowe. Chott at the disposal, but Chapman goes inside forward 50. Here's a chance for the Seagulls at ground level. Williamson, Bendigo pioneer player in TAC Cup Girls this season, making the move to VFL Women's for the second half of the year. Plenty of players transitioning between the two. Cross in the ruck. Good work by Williamstown. The handball came out from Rowe. Now an opportunity. Good work by Chott, putting the disposal on as Hicks goes out wide to the outer side. Again, the Seagulls trying to trap it in their forward half. Opportunities. The handball goes over the top. Inside forward 50 now. Time for the mark. Chott in the play once again. Kick goes forward by the Seagulls. Which way will it bounce?
Shane Warne.
Williamson now in the pocket. Chance to snap a goal and put the first score on the board. She does. It is a behind. And they are one behind 1 point to Carlton, yet to score in this Swiss Wellness VFL Women's round 10 clash.
Pound brings the ball back in for Carlton. Goes to the southern side of Icon Park. It'll come back from Paterno. She goes around the corner. Cross, I should say. The mark was dropped there for Carlton by Fisher. Send it out wide towards the wing. Getting there was Walker. Couldn't pick it up cleanly. Worked towards the line. Vesio, great to see her back in the team. She's been out for about a month, I think, hasn't she? And Carlton have really missed her up forward.
Yeah, last game, middle of May was her last game. She left sitting in the top 5 of the goal kickers, and she's back. Still in the top 5 of the goal kickers.
Not many goals have been kicked. It's been a very, very wet and wild winter, hasn't it, the last few weeks? The Blues with the footy now through Sarah Hosking. Hand pass over the top. Lowe had a bit of a fumble for Williamstown. Hosking went again. Fed it through. Bruton was there. Now a kick forward for the Seagulls. It'll get there first for Cross. Can she shrug the tackle? Had to hand pass away. That was well done for Carlton. Picked up now by the Blues. Handball back inside and Chott goes for a run off half-back. Drives it long down towards centre half forward. It was over the head there of Bromwich. Picked up for Williamstown. It's going to come back again. Strong tackle. Creates the turnover. Fumble for Carlton. Quick kick towards half forward. It'll end up in the hands of Celine Moody. No, she's lost possession of the footy as well. Quick kick away for Williamstown. Goes from Reed. Centre of the ground. Hosking tries to work her way through. Can't do so. Chapman now for the Seagulls. Good hand pass. And then a great chase and tackle for Walker for Carlton, and she'll get the free kick.
Yeah, thought she had more
Dalton,
space.
Chloe Dalton.
Dalton goes out wide. Cross giving chase. Now they're going to go back inside. Poor kick. And taken by Paterno. She's going to play on quickly. Goes inside forward 50. Once again off the hands of Williamson. Been lively early from the half back line. Fisher extracts it from the defensive half. Pushes it forward. Moody. Long lead. She was out early practicing her goal kicking. She goes long towards goal. Vesio. Can she add her 10th for the season? She's sitting equal third. Oh, great play. Dribbles it towards goal. What a welcome back for Darcy Vesio. Kicks her 10th goal of the season. And that's what Carlton has been missing while she's been away. An active goal kicker up forward. And she nails their first of the match and puts them onto 1 goal straight, 6 to Williamstown, 1 behind, 1 point.
Straight away, the class gap was evident, wasn't it?
Oh.
How good a player she is.
Certainly was. And I would believe that's what they're under instruction to do. Just get it down into the forward line and let Vesio do the rest. And
with the anti-density rules, she's never going to have more than 2 players down there, and there's always going to be a teammate there. Get it down quick, give her a chance, and she'll do the rest. Williamstown out of the centre. Duffin was knocked up winning the football this season. Got it across to Haitley. Her hand pass came back, and then a kick towards half forward for Williamstown. Working hard there was Georgia Rowe. Through cross, shot, caught, dispossessed. Wasn't prior opportunity, said the umpire. Pedersen picked it up for Carlton. Kick goes out towards the opposite side for Natalie Plain. Sends it further wide. It's over the head of Walker. Can she run onto it? It's sat up on its end. Quick kick out of midair. Back to the centre of the ground. Blues with a chance to build here. That is Kunico. She lost possession of the football. Going in hard there again was Bailey Schultz. Williamstown with the turnover. Low to Duffin. Kicks towards full forward. That's a beautiful long kick. How will it bounce? Wrong side of the post. Through for 1 behind. And she's the class act out there for Williamstown, really, alongside Jenna Bruton. Behind for the Seagulls there, 2 of those. Carlton, 1 goal. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's, round 10. It's too early.
Brendan puts his teeth back in, and the Blues bring the ball back out through Fisher. You mentioned Jess Duffin leading the disposals for the competition this year and also leading Williamstown's goal kicking. She's kicked 8 for the season. And
8 goals, 4 now, so she's usually a good finisher.
Yeah, fantastic recruit for Williamstown this year, and good recruit for North Melbourne as well for next season. A few of the members of the Williamstown team heading to the Kangaroos for the AFL Women's season in 2019.
They and Geelong are going to have pretty handy start-up teams looking at the recruits that have come in.
They have October, the date for the AFL Women's draft. A number of VFL Women's players will be looked at during that time period. A number of TAC Cup girls players that have had an opportunity. As Chapman goes forward for the Seagulls. Once again meeting the footballs. Fisher up in defence. Just happy to see the ball over the line. No, ball the call. The free kick will go the way of Williamstown. So an opportunity for them. Paterno. Second leading goal scorer this season for the Seagulls with 6. Kicks it high to the goal square. Going up was Cross. Trying to extract it. They do so now through Hicks. Gets a kick out to side to defensive 50, 2-on-1 contest. And Carlton just happy to see the ball over the line. A number of TAC Cup girls players back from the Under-18 Championships will start to filter back into these VFL women's teams over the next month. And Sophie Vanderhoovel, who lines up for Williamstown, played the 1 game earlier on this year. I look forward to her pulling on the Seagulls jumper for the second half of the season. She was one of the stars of the Vic Country team at the AFL Women's Under-18 Champs.
1 down by Cross. Quick kick away for the Blues towards half-back. Over the top it goes. Who's going to get there first for Williamstown? Good play that. Well done by Dalton. She beat 2 of them. Got a kick into the centre of the ground. It's set up nicely for Cox. Has a bounce and then left the footy behind. Has to go back and get it. Now she's got Seagulls around her everywhere. And she'll get a free kick for a hold. They're a little bit too anxious there, the Williamstown players. And the free kick goes to Cox. Chips towards half forward. Good pass and a good mark in front of the eyes by Kunico. Too far out to score. Vesio on the lead. Here she comes. Couldn't quite hang on. Goes again. Darcy Vesio dodges one way, then the other. Slips over at the crucial stage. Hand pass through traffic. It might come back to her. She's down on her hands and knees. It doesn't matter. A quick kick out of the pack for Carlton. And that is the second goal for the Blues. And it's been kicked by Caitlin Cox. Good follow-up there from Cox. She was the one that kicked it in there. She got back in and did very nicely. Carlton 2 goals, Williamstown 2 behinds on the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's scoreboard.
Fourth goal for the season for Caitlin Cox. As we mentioned, it's been one of the areas they really have struggled in the forward half. But amazingly, over recent weeks, they've had really quick starts. I think it was in their last game, they kicked 5 goals in the first term and then struggled for goals after quarter time. So they get off to strong starts, but it's continuing that right throughout the game. Champong gets the tap down out of the middle. Duffin, another possession, kicks up inside forward 50. Rowe leading in the race for the football up against Pound. Pound in the long sleeve, the customary long sleeve. She goes towards the boundary line. Will it be deliberate? Umpire says, let's have a boundary throw in instead.
First game of the season, first game for Carlton for Gabriella Pound too. So there's one that they've really missed at the other end of the ground. She is a real star over at Melbourne Uni last year.
You start to filter a few of those players into your lineup and start to settle the team down. As Williamstown on this broadcast side wing, fighting for the football was Porter. The Blues now trying to move forward. Cox again in the action. Over the football on Incas. And we'll see a ball up on this broadcast side wing. 2 goals early to Carlton in this match. Looking for their 3rd win of the season. Geelong's win yesterday, making it difficult for those teams outside. Oh, Hosking. Fierce tackle. Duffin round the corner. Will the ball keep in play? Boundary umpire says out of bounds on the full. It'll be shot to take the free kick.
Probably the only ones, or Darabin's had a couple of losses to teams inside in the last couple of weeks, which will make it a bit tougher for them. The only other one that can probably sneak in, I think, would be the Western Bulldogs, but they really do need to win 10 in a row, don't they, after that shocking start, which is a tough ask. They've got 4.
Got 4, yep.
Ball towards half forward for Carlton. Picked up there by Kuniko, and it tumbles over the line in the tackle for a boundary throw-in. It's a tough ask when you've got to win 10, isn't it? Not many teams can do that, especially from 0 and 4.
Well, they take on Essendon.
Are we favourites today to make it 5?
Correct.
Still only halfway there. It's a long, long way back.
And they still need to rely on some of those results of those top 4 teams dropping them. So
yeah, that's just the theory I'm using of 10 and 4. 10 and 4 needed to get in. It may even be more the way things are going. Ball towards the forward pocket for Carlton, and it'll be kicked off the ground and over by Melnikas for a throw-in. Now, Archimpong is down on the wing, has a couple of trainers dealing with her, so that's a bit of a problem, and we're going to have play held up here while they deal with Archimpong. Not sure exactly what the issue is. She's got her back to us, but they're checking out her, I think they're checking out her jaw area. So this is a little bit of a delay. It's not good for Rachel Archimpong, the ruck for Williamstown. They trail by 10 points early going. They help her to her feet. Yeah, she looks like she's a little bit out of it, unfortunately. So she's copped a high knock. It's not a blood rule, so it's interesting. I don't think the clock stops at all, does it, Anthony?
Only with usually for just a stretcher.
So not even
or a major delay in play. So
I noticed it didn't stop for a blood rule last week, which surprised me. But that's the rules. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep,
yes.
Righto. So a secondary ball up as Archimpong makes her way to the bench under the arms of 2 trainers. She'll go through all the concussion protocols, you would think, as Vesio fed a hand pass out. Sarah Hosking was wrapped up straight away, and we'll have a ball up.
Great little matchup, that Sarah Hosking and Jess Duffin. I don't think they're going head-to-head, as they're trying to match up Jenna Bruton on Sarah Hosking today. So even that good matchup of AFLW players. There's a ball on the outer side wing. Hately, taken down in the tackle and dispossessed.
No, it's not your free kick, Sarah. You better stop.
I thought I got it wrong there just for a moment. As
Caitlin Smith, she was off.
Dalton rewarded as the Blues go back into attack. Can't find Vesio on that occasion. Ball goes out. And I think the Seagulls just need to be wary of sending too many players across to Vesio, or probably about 3 in the vicinity of that opportunity on the lead.
What Carlton needs to do is make it count, don't they, when they've got a loose player somewhere else. And here's one of them. That is Vesely. Gets a kick around the corner towards the top of the square. Kuniko reached over top, couldn't take the mark. Vesio caught, dumped over the line, and will get a boundary throw in. The Blues 2 goals. The Seagulls 2 behinds. 2 and 6 Carlton after winning their first 2. They've lost their past 6. Williamstown at 1 and 7 had their first victory about 3 weeks ago. 2 new teams in the Swiss Wellness VFL W competition this year, as Duffin had a fumble and then had to go again. She's still trying to work her way through, Jess Duffin. Beaten for it there by the Blues. Vesely, handball, went straight back into traffic. Duffin tried to spin through and she's gone. She took them on and lost. So it's a free kick to Carlton. Just on the 50. It'll be taken by Chloe Dalton. Chips into the pocket. Darcy's the target. Stepping into the hole there was Bruton. Dropped the mark, but the numbers are there with Williamstown. Handball out wide to Cranny. Then the kick up towards half-back. It was dropped there by Haitley. Creates a chance again for Carlton. Hand pass back into traffic from Harvey, the captain. Goes back towards full forward. Mark dropped by Melnicus. And it'll be worked towards the line. Quick kick away for the Seagulls, but it's coming straight back. The mark taken for Carlton there by Harvey. Inside 50 goes Harvey. Chest mark dropped by Hardiman. Quick kick. Flying shot on goal is wild. And it's out of bounds on the full from Celine Moody. And it's a free kick to Jess Duffin for Williamstown.
I can see why she's leading the disposals in the competition. She's just everywhere on the ground, Jess Duffin, around the packs and first to the football.
Just tireless, isn't she?
She is, as we saw before. And she takes the game on. Obviously didn't come off on the last occasion. But this time again, taking the game on, running out of defensive 50. Just got no options up the field. They haven't run quick enough for her to the wing. And the Blues have got the numbers out here. Moody leads in the race for the football. Handball's over the top. Suzuki goes up towards forward 50. Cut off that time. Good work by Porter. But Hosking takes it again. Shot. Well, she'd love to kick this on the video stream game. She goes long towards goal, the defender. And kicks her behind. Missed opportunity for it. Racing down from defence. Behind on the board.
Played 1 or 2 games for Fremantle in the opening year, didn't she? I think
she did, yes.
Kesh Chott. Back over here in Melbourne now. Williamstown work out of defence, and it's Jess Duffin again with the football. She might as well just be the default when a Williamstown player gets the ball. Just say it's Duffin until you work out that it's somebody else. Towards the wing, that's a good kick and a good mark taken by Seabrook. And she will send it long to the outer side. Chott arrives at the back. It clears the pack. Bounces sideways and goes over for a throw in. 2-1-13 Carlton. Williamstown 2 behinds. The Swiss Wellness VFL Women's scoreboard. Heading towards quarter time.
I'm glad you're jotting down the score there, Brendan, because we haven't got the scoreboard operator turned up on the outer side today.
I think it's above our head. We can't quite see it there.
We usually have our man or woman there on the sidelines at right half forward doing the fence scoreboard, but not today. The ball goes in towards the middle again for the Seagulls. They'd love to put on a late goal. Cross, handball over the top. Porter. Now, can she pick up the football? Great pressure from the Carlton defence. Holds the ball up. And we'll have a ball up in the middle of Icon Park.
The plan is certainly there. The numbers are down there in the milk crate. They just haven't turned up yet.
Maybe they're here for the late game as cross comes through. Handball's backwards to go forwards. Good pressure again from Hosking. They come out wide. Wallace up towards forward 50. Chuck got a hand on the football. Now, Dalton. Oh, fiercely tackled. Great tackle from Paterno.
No, illegal.
Taken too high.
Ruled a dumping tackle, dangerous tackle.
Dalton takes the free kick. Brings it out this side. Again, Another free kick. This time will go the way of Pound. So she'll settle things down, and 50-metre penalty as well.
Back chat. Just trying to spot the offender there. It was Emily Paterno, who the umpire pointed at when he decided to march.
So I think they were starting back from the previous free kick. Wasn't happy with that decision. There's Pound inside forward 50 now, looking for Vesio at the back of the pack. Seabrook gets her kick away. Dalton's drifted down again. Kicks inside forward 50, and the mark taken this time by Reid.
So Jacinta Reid in the back pocket for Williamstown. They have had a lot of trouble getting past this half-back line here, and it might be the same again as Rennie Hicks got a hand pass over the top. Good tackle laid. It turns around here now in the hands of Carolyn Hardiman. Fed it back to Plain, who is going to be caught. She had nowhere to go, and the Seagulls were all over her. And it's a free kick to Williamstown on the wing. As the siren sounds, Megan Williamson it was who had the free, but it is quarter time here at Icon Park on a beautiful cloudless day. We'd love more of those in the middle of winter. And it is Carlton who have had a great start. They're 2-1-13. Williamstown 2 behinds on the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's scoreboard at quarter time. Goals to Darcy Vesio and Caitlin Cox for the Blues.
We'll take a short break here from Icon Park and then be back very shortly with the second term here in Round 10 action, Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Anthony Stangerts and Brendan Rhodes with you this morning here from Icon Park. Welcome back to Icon Park, ready to start the second term here between Carlton and Williamstown. Round 10, Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Action, live here on vfl.com.au. Anthony Stangitz and Brendan Rhodes with you this morning. About to turn into the afternoon shift for this game. And it is Carlton 2-1-13 leading Williamstown, just the two behinds. As Hosking extracts the ball for Carlton, inside forward 50. Vesio was one of the targets. She gets the tackle as well on her opponent. Takes her to ground. Erin Mead with the job. We'll have a ball up. 40 metres out from the Carlton goal. Good work by Williamstown getting the ball out. Jess Duffin again around the football. Chances are she'll be the player that comes out with it. She doesn't. As extracting herself off the bottom of the pack was Nat Plain. 12 disposals a game this season for the Blues. Now Cunico goes in the Vesio direction. Cox. They curl it round the corner to the goal square. Bounce will be crucial. Oh. And hits the post, one behind. Carlton moving on to 2-2-14. Williamstown, the two behinds.
Ball back into play for Seagulls. Worked out of the contest was Walker. Williamstown get the ball towards the line. Did Chapman keep it in? She did. Good hand pass. Quick kick away. Will bounce at right angles and go over the line. That's a good result for Williamstown. They got it out of there. Carlton had plenty of numbers to bring it back. We get a throw in. 65 metres around from the Carlton goal. Ball back into play. At the back, it was one down by Hardiman. Doing the job in the absence of Brianne Moody today. Quick kick away has been marked and booted straight back in by Celine Moody. Kicks towards half forward. Good pick up at the bootlaces by Plain, and then she got wrapped up straight away. The ump says it's my ball. Just inside the forward 50 here for Carlton. Hardiman beaten in the tap. Ball to ground level. And Melnikas is not bringing it out of there, and we'll have another ball up. Carlton leading by 12 points. 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 10 action. Ball hit the back there of Hardiman, and then a quick kick away, marked by Chapman playing in the front spot. Gave the hand pass off. Quick kick came down towards the wing. That was good there from Bruton. It might come back. Hand pass for Celine Moody. Now Chott receives. That was a good ball through from Hicks. Kicks inside 50, looking for Vesio at the bootlaces there. Quick hand pass came up from Cunico. Can they get through here now? Carlton. Vesio's back one out behind the play. Chott is behind it in the other direction, and she takes the mark. Gets onto the right boot, goes towards half forward. Great mark, Harvey called to play on, off hands. Plays on, has a flying shot at goal. Vesio in the front spot, couldn't take the mark. And Duffin will expertly fumble it towards the line for a boundary throw-in.
She did it well. Just let it hit her body and dribble off her body over the line.
She's got better hands than that, but she's also very smart.
Boundary throw-in. Forward 50 for Carlton. Tap down Hardiman again. Ball held up, going nowhere. The umpire will come in and we'll have a ball up. So just Duffin just dropping back into the hole in front of Vesio, making it difficult for her on her return today. Duffin another disposal. Oh, great tackle. Ball the call. And the tackler will be rewarded. So great work that time by Lowe. As the ball comes out, Paterno gets the hands onto Bruton. Pound will lead in the race for the football. Just needs to trap it. Gets a bit of support that time from Fisher. Great work by Gab Pound. Kicks it towards half back. Dalton now. Kicks it along this broadcast side wing, waiting for the football. Pedersen takes the mark. Just holds up the play. has a run-through player, and Hicks.
Oh, dear.
In a bit of trouble now. Comes back to Pedersen. Gets a kick away finally. And Bruton with the intercept. Bounces over the head of Chott. Cross. Couldn't get her hands on it. Now good work by Fisher. Her kick smothered. They raffle the football. Finally getting a kick away was Hicks. Bit of misdirected kick to kick at the moment between the two. Gab Pound, she couldn't take it. Now Chott over the football. Paterno with the tackle. And has been rewarded as well.
Must have ruled she dragged it in because there wasn't really a lot of prior, was there? Kick inside forward 50 for Williamstown. Oh, here's a chance at the back. Running onto it is Whiting. She'll stream into the open goal and kick the first one for Williamstown. Much needed for the Seagulls. Good football. They moved it quickly. And at the back, Shani Whiting kicks her second goal in her second game, the 23rd player for Williamstown. And the Seagulls go to 1-8, Carlton 2-14 for Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. We've played nearly 6 minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, Whiting, the Western Jet, getting her opportunity at VFL Women's level.
Yeah, just 17 years of age too.
What a way to start. Soccering one through from the goal square. Just went over the back. First to the footy and puts it through for a first to Williamstown. So on the board. Ball goes forward. And Carlton again will try and push it back through Suzuki.
Yep, she kicks towards full forward. Harvey, no mark. Front and centre, flying shot at goal is a good kick. Moody over her shoulder. Couldn't take the mark. Still a chance here for Carlton. Can they get it out of there? No. Good tackle laid on Portelli. And eventually the rolling maul should get towards the line. And it does. Over for a rush behind. The ball was kicked in by Hardiman. And it is Carlton 2-3-15. Williamstown 1-2-8. For Swiss Wellness VFL Women's after 7 minutes.
Duffin to bring the ball back into play. This is the first of 4 games being played today. Western Bulldogs taking on Essendon at 1 o'clock. Melbourne Uni versus Hawthorn at 2:30 at Melbourne Uni. And the final game up in Bendigo as Carlton stream towards goal. They go goalward now and kick long to Vesio. And Vesio marks in the goal square. And an opportunity to add a second of the day. And 11th for the season. Directly in front. Puts it through. And the third goal on the board. 3-3-21. Carlton, Williamstown 1-2-8. A good movement of the football once again by Carlton out of the middle of the ground. And I don't know whether it was a pass or whether it was towards goal, but Suzuki making sure in the end she found Vesio and Vesio did the rest.
Wasn't a bad backup option if she was having a shot, was it? But, yep, kick it to the dangerous position. Vesio puts herself there, and the Blues got the goal back. Hardiman got a hand pass out. Quick kick forward from the Blues. Left behind by Chott. She's been impressive in the first quarter and a half. Achimpong is back on the ground. That's good to see for Williamstown. Chott threw it on the boot. Kick towards half forward. Trying to work her way through there was Harris. Couldn't do so. In fact, that was Nikki Wallace, the late inclusion for the Seagulls. And the umpire will call for a ball up. Rebecca Dardengo going out of the team for Nikki Wallace. The other changes for Williamstown, Jazzy Garner, who's a big out. Brodie Stevens and Shaylee Murphy-Burke. Georgia Rowe, Jacinta Reid and Jenna Bruton was the big in as Carlton go forward again. The hand pass back came from Kuniko. Snap around the corner from Bromwich, and playing in front is Harvey. And Christy Harvey can line up for goal from 25 metres out.
An opportunity for the captain to get a couple in a row for the Blues and just extend the margin once Williamstown got close.
And she's missed. Well, no, she hasn't. She has snuck it in. Geez, it was right off the outside of the boot. But she just managed to squeeze it inside the right-hand goalpost. And Carlton get the fourth. They go to 4-3-27 with Harvey's second goal of the season. And Williamstown are 1-2-8 after 9.5 minutes.
Yeah, great work by Carlton again, getting a couple in a row, as they did during that first term as well. The back-to-back goals really proving the difference for them.
Many changes for the Blues that we didn't touch on in the first quarter. As we said, Darcy Vesio and Gabby Pound, big ins, along with Sarah Hosking. Jess Maloof, who's playing her first game for Carlton after playing one for Williamstown, would you believe? Courtney Bromwich, Georgia Fisher, Bailey Schultz and Kim Kunico all came into the team. And that took up enough time that we need to come back to them later.
Certainly, as Chott gets the kick outside of defensive 50. Hosking takes the mark on the broadcast side wing. Gets it up towards Bromwich. Bromwich has got the options going down the field. Finds one of them now. Schultz. Didn't have the options there. Vesio got a hand on it, trying to burst her way through. Moninkus. Ball dribbles out of the pack. 50 metres out from the Carlton goal. Hardiman leading in the race for the football. Vesio diving in on top as well. The umpire will come in and we will have a ball up.
Out of the team for Carlton, Brianne Moody, Karen Harrington, Sophie Lee, Alison Downey, Isabella Geitzman, Caitlin Williams, Rachel King and Genevieve Green. So basically half the team turning over from last week for Carlton. As the Blues try to get it forward through Celine Moody. Quick kick from Plain into towards the pocket. Harvey with a couple to beat, couldn't do so. Quick kick away from Seabrook and into the shadows of the Carlton Football Club and over for a boundary throw-in. So, deep forward for the Blues. They're in command here, leading by 3 goals, midway through the second quarter. Boundary throw-in. At the back is Moody, who tapped it towards full forward, trying to run through and possibly doing so, yes! Caitlin Cox just kept on going. She ran past 3 of them and put another one on the board for Carlton, and it is all the Blues here at Icon Park. They go to 5-3-33, Williamstown 1-2-8 for Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Scoreboard. We've played 12 minutes in the second quarter.
Well, Darcy Vesio adding her second for the term, and Caitlin Cox also, or I should say the match. Caitlin Cox also adding her second for the match during this term. And that forward structure where they didn't seem to be able to find the majors, certainly making use of those forwards today. Their 5th goal on the board for the first half. Achampong gets the tap down. Now Cox tries to extract it out of the middle, just like Vesio did before. Kicked a goal and then moved onto the ball in the middle of the ground. Hosking round the corner. Shot, lending support. Just needs to trap it. Went without it. Good work by Williamstown. Seeing the ball over the line is Mead.
She's been moved up. Vesio has also come up to the half-forward flank here, just off the back of this contest. Ball back into play. Achampong and Moody. Moody won it back over the top. Duffin spins through. She basketball bounced that football to get possession of it. Then she'll have to go back and get it again. Stolen from her grip there by the Blues. Harvey taken away now by Melnikas. Her hand pass over the top and away they go through Smith to Paterno towards half forward. Trying to trap it there was Rowe, couldn't do so. Pack arrives and the umpire will say my ball. Right on the centre wing, just inside the square. We will have Celine Moody going up against Rachel Achampong. As we said, good to see her back on the ground after being helped off in the first quarter. Chapman's handball was taken by Pedersen. She goes towards half forward. Fumble for Sarah last. That created the contest. Was it dived on? Doesn't matter. It's been ripped out of there for Carlton. And now Cox, who's kicked 2 goals, goes to full forward. And Vesio can line up for her 3rd. And the Blues are in total command here at Icon Park. Just a little bit more class, a little bit cleaner when it matters. And Darcy Vesio from 25 metres out to kick for goal number 3. She comes in now, as I said, 25 metres out. Kicks on its way. It's fading, but it's there. And the Blues kick away even further. There's 6 goals, 3, 39. leading Williamstown 1-2-8 on the Swiss Wellness at VFL Women's scoreboard. 3 goals to Darcy Vesio.
12 goals for the season in the Choose Tap leading goal kicker race. Just 3 off the pace from top spot. Hannah Mounsey leading with 15. As we said, Vesio was in the co-leadership of the goal kicking when she left on her overseas jaunt. We're certainly going to miss her Instagram stories of various overseas destinations and places. But great to see her back kicking goals out on the VFL Women's footy field here at Icon Park today. And a great return and welcome back to her with 3 goals in this first half. Gone 15 minutes in the second term. Williamstown need a goal before half-time. They scored the first of this term. And the Blues have replied with 3 straight. Now ball on the outer side. Tapped down by Moody once again. Hosking over the football. No one able to extract the football, and the umpire will come in and we'll have a ball up.
How much better do they look, Carlton, with Vesio there, with Pound there, even with the star ruck in Brianne Moody and Sophie Lee, who's averaging about 25 possessions in the last couple of weeks missing. They've just got system, don't they, now? As we see Burns try to break through a tackle, and is probably lucky to get away with that. We'll have a ball up just on the half-forward flank for the Blues. 16.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Williamstown with it all to do here at Icon Park. Moody won the tap down for Carlton. Chapman on the ground, fed the hand pass up. And the pack wraps around the footy again as Walker tries to get through and can't do so. And we'll do it all over again at the top of the 50. 1 down for Williamstown. And Chapman forced to lay the tackle straight away. It was Seabrook who got the tap. A couple of interchanges happening in front of us. Coming on for Williamstown is Georgia Harris, and Bromwich back on for Carlton as Hosking is wrapped up and pinged. She took on the tackler and lost to Kristen Raymundo.
Goes out wide to the outer side. Looking for Lowe on the outer side. Good pressure by the Blues. They'll go back forward. Last. Handballs backwards to go forwards. High up and under kick inside forward 50. Duffin just with Vesio on that occasion. Mead has returned back to the role on Darcy Vesio when she's inside forward 50. We'll have a boundary throw-in. Left half forward. Left forward pocket for Carlton. In the front spot, good work by Seabrook. Ball heading towards the boundary line. Duffin is taking her opponent over the line. And we'll see another boundary throw-in.
Walker wasn't overly happy with the tackle that Duffin laid there on Hosking. Gave her a little bit of a shove out of the way.
So 4-goal term for the Blues. Have they got another one in them before half-time in this match? Hosking could have been taken over the shoulder. Umpire saw it that way as well. Just 90 seconds until half-time in this game. Hosking being told to go over the mark instead. Looks for the options in the forward pocket. And it beats her teammate over the line, and we'll see another boundary throw-in. So still probably one final opportunity left for the Blues this term. Can they add a 5th goal in a row? Tap down. Vesio chasing it. She'd love one of these ones. Bouncing football, 3-on-1 contest. Duffin to clean up at the back. Can't get it to the boundary line on this occasion. She's looking for the options further afield. Sets it up for a teammate, and the ball goes over the line, and we'll see a boundary throw in 60 metres out from the Carlton goal.
Might nearly be enough to just get it out of there. 35 seconds left in this second quarter.
And once again, Jess Duffin, just a smart footballer. Left it just enough out in front of her teammate, and it ended up heading over the line.
Moody won the tap at the back. A quick kick away for Williamstown towards the wing. Chott takes the mark. She'd need to move it quickly. I don't think time is going to be on their side to get it down there. Pedersen turns back inside. That's a great smother by Morgan Lowe, and that'll be enough for this second quarter as the quick kick goes towards half forward. Two Blues spoil each other. Hand pass through. Good little ball from Porter. And the siren sounds as the quick kick forward from Bruton trickles away to the boundary. And it is half-time here at Icon Park, and a terrific half of football from the home team, Carlton, here at headquarters. They have kicked 4 unanswered goals, or 4 goals to 1, I should say, in that quarter, and they go to half-time leading by 31 points. They're 6-3-39. Williamstown 1 goal 3-9, or 1-2-8, I should say, on the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's scoreboard. 3 goals to Darcy Vesio, 2 to Caitlin Cox, and 1 to Christy Harvey. For Williamstown, Shani Whiting, the youngest player on the ground at 17, has the goal for the Seagulls.
First of 4 games going around in round 10 Sunday matches. Western Bulldogs taking on Essendon today at 1 o'clock. Melbourne Uni taking on Hawthorn at 2:30 at Melbourne Uni. And up in Bendigo, Queen Elizabeth Oval, it is Richmond taking on the Casey Demons today. We'll keep you up to date with probably only the Western Bulldogs versus Essendon game in the second half of this game. We're going to take a break here at Icon Park. Round 10 Swiss Wellness VFL Women's action. And at halftime, Carlton leading over Williamstown. We'll be back very shortly with the second half here on vfl.com.au. Welcome back to Icon Park, ready for the second half of this round 10 Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Clash. The afternoon shift has arrived. Good afternoon to those tuning in via vfl.com.au. Anthony Stengitz and Brendan Rhodes with you for a big second half. 31-point lead to Carlton going into this second half, and Brendan Rhodes, take us away.
And Chott it is off half-back, taps it in front of herself and then left it behind on the second tap. Taken by Cameron, got it nicely through to Paterno, who kicks towards full forward. Oh, great mark, floating in from the side, Jamila Cranny, and this would be a perfect start to the second half for Williamstown. It's Shani Whiting again. So, 17 years old, that's a great mark from Shani Whiting, coming in from the side. And this would be ideal for Williamstown. Whiting kicks a goal, and the Seagulls have scored within 40 seconds of the start of the third quarter. They go to 2-2-14, Carlton 6-3-39 on the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's scoreboard. 50 seconds gone third quarter.
Yeah, great work by the Western Jet. Slotting in and continuing that relationship that they've got at a VFL level. Good relationship between the Western Jets and Williamstown at the men's level, and continuing that at VFL women's level. Apachong has had it all to herself. Great work by Bruton. They get the ball out of the middle once again. Chapman, the captain, gets it inside forward 50. Whiting leading out for the race. Here's another opportunity for her. She curls it round the corner. Gab Pound leading in the race for the football. They're under plenty of pressure, the defence early. Fisher gets a kick away. And they get it out towards half-back. And Dalton takes the mark. They kick it long to the outer side wing. Good pressure by Williamstown once again. Started a different team to this second half. Chapman again. Trying to get around a few. Could have got a kick away. She was probably looking for a free kick as well. Didn't get one. Umpire comes in and we'll have a ball up.
So back in the centre of the ground. One down for Carlton by Hardiman. Hosking beaten for it by Williamson. Good tackle. Got a hand pass back out. Williamson now kick forward by Bruton towards the flank. Ball bounces on its end and came back to the advantage of Paterno, who then fumbled. Has to track it back again. Fisher caught at the back. Turnover for Williamstown. Kick inside forward 50. It'll bounce away towards the pocket and over for a throw-in. About 10 metres around from the behind post. Better start to this third quarter for Williamstown. So they've copped a bit of a rev up from Amy Catterall at half-time. Boundary throw-in. Deep forward for the Seagulls. It's short and it bounces up nicely into the hands of Hardiman, who ran around onto the right boot, kicked it away only as far as Bruton to Duff, and she'll be caught. Great tackle from Brooke Walker, gets rewarded. And the Blues will get the free kick, and they might get a 50 if she wasn't quick getting it back. But Brooke Walker, well done for Carlton.
Yeah, good to see Jess Duffin as well. I know she was caught, but quickly down the ground again. Hardiman gets her handball away. Blues running it down the outer side wing here at Icon Park. Seagulls holding on well in defence. Duffin again. Move from one 50 to the other. Just sees the ball over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in outer side.
You'd love to be able to see live stats, wouldn't you? And I'm sure they're coming, but yeah, she just gets almost half the possessions, hasn't she?
Oh, she does. Just everywhere over the field, and just to
straight away a kick behind the play again as the Blues want to go forward, but Chapman is in the way. Good tackle by Kunico, brought her down. And a ball up in one of the training circles here at Icon Park, used by Carlton. Ground level ball. Bruton caught. Sat up again for her. There was no prior on the first one. Little kick over the top will be marked by Bruton. And she will bring it out of defence for Williamstown to the outer side. Over the head there of the pack to Pound. balks around one, then gets a little kick through, and Lowe knocks it away and over the line for a throw in. 6-3-39 Carlton, 2-2-14 Williamstown. We've played 5 minutes in the third quarter for Swiss Wellness VFL Women's in round 10 on vfl.com.au.
Carlton looking for their third win of the season. Williamstown chasing just their second. And the Blues trying to end a 6-game losing streak at the moment. Ball up. Champong gets it down on the outer side. Williamstown now go up towards forward 50. Could work leading out the Blues in defence. I'm just happy to see the ball over the line. Hasn't gone over just yet. Still trying to work it forward. They do now. Chott in the one-on-one contest brings the ball to ground. Fisher heading in to lend some support. And we'll have a ball up. 55 metres out from Williamstown goal. Only goal of this third term. Welcome to our viewers on vfl.com.au. Hosking, a bit overzealous on that occasion, going through and giving away the free kick. Chapman gets the handball off. They go up towards forward 50. Over the head of her intended target, and Cameron. Fisher in the race for the football. Ball at ground level. Neither player are able to get it out as Fisher gives another tackle just for good measure. And Whiting with her 2 goals heads back. Ready for the ball to come out from this ball up.
Bruton was in the ruck. She was never going to contest that, did the roving instead. The quick kick was taken away, however, by Rennie Hicks, who kicked it to open space. Low tracking back there with Dalton, and Dalton did well. Stopped her in her tracks and saw it over the line for a throw-in. As we tick to the 7-minute mark of this third quarter, Williamstown desperately needing more goals to go with the one that Shani Whiting kicked earlier on, her second. The throw-in gets to the back, kicked away almost out of the hands of Chapman, picked up by Harvey for Carlton, shrugs one tackle, just got a kick away as the second one arrived. Vesio one-on-one with a new opponent in Reed, just stepped around her, hand pass inboard, was not able to reach the target, and Reed received from Haitley. Out towards the wing, Harvey with another chance for Carlton. And it's not going to be coming out of there, I don't think. And there's the whistle. Blues leading by 25 points. Midway through the third quarter.
Breeze picking up here at Icon Park too.
And you can tell it's still winter despite the fact that it's a beautiful sunny day. A free kick for holding the ball here for Carlton. And it's going to Plain.
Didn't take Darcy Vesio long to don the long sleeve jumper on her return game.
Oh, she's been gallivanting around Europe, I can understand.
There's a fellow long sleever in Duffin. Takes the free kick. Kicks long along the outer side. You can see why she's, Chott nearly brought down the mark. See why she's leading the disposals in the comp, and 24 a game this season. Picking them up at will in all areas of the ground.
Yeah, she'd nearly have that average by now already today.
It's a boundary throw in. Hardiman in the front spot. Gets the tap down. Champong leading in the race for the footy. Good to see her return after helped off the ground by the trainers in the first half. She came back late in that second term after the first quarter. Chapman happy to see the ball over the line. We'll have another boundary throw in.
They're missing the drive that Jazzy Garner provides, aren't they? Nearly Williamstown, the extra class act out there, and also Amanda Walsh, who only played 1 game at the start of the year before breaking her collarbone. Pretty serious injury, which I think ruled her out for the season. But they are 2 players that Williamstown would have been really banking on in a game like this today.
As Hosking tries to work her way through, gets it up towards forward 50. Toughen again there, Vesio. At the back, just calling for the football. Good work by the Seagulls trying to get it out of defensive 50. That was Reed. Another opportunity for Hosking. Awkward kick forward and marked by, not marked by Duffin. We'll have a boundary throw in as she saw the ball over the line.
You're not too happy with it either that she dropped the mark. So, boundary throw in, Blues in attack. They've got the extra number because Williamstown made an interchange. Seabrook coming back on to get into position. Ball in, one down by Hardiman. Left behind by the Blues. Chapman slung out of there. Good play by Williamson and eventually kick clear for Williamstown. Came out towards the broadcast wing. It's going to come straight back in. Pedersen to Chott to Harvey. Swings onto the right boot. Kicks inside forward 50. Ball bounces over the head. Here came Darcy. Had to lay the tackle. At the back is Walker. Gets around one. Gets around two. Runs to 40. Has a shot at goal. And Duffin's back there. The ball bounces upside down and goes back to Vesio. Gives her a chance. She got caught straight away. No prior opportunity there. And we'll have a ball up. But hard in the mouth stuff there for Jess Duffin there for an instant. She had it covered and then it just came back on itself, as it has done a fair bit today, and landed straight in the lap of Darcy Vesio.
Yeah, we have seen a fair few awkward bounces today. Duffin gets her hands on it this time. Out towards half back. And downfield, I just missed that one.
Yeah, put down after she got the kick away, Jess Duffin.
So Haitley will take, she's looking to dish it off, but she's getting the free kick downfield. Duffin will pick up the free kick downfield.
Well, she's trying to give it back to Duffin, thinking that Duffin's got to come up and take it. But no, it's your kick.
She'll end up giving her the handball. You watch.
Yep,
she
there
does.
You go.
Duffin now gets another disposal.
That's how you rack them up, see?
Just convince him to pass it off to you. As Low, unable to take it. Ball goes over the line, and we'll see a boundary thrown on the outer side.
I was never fit enough to get up there to get it back.
The two of us would have just been resting, having been put down for the free kick.
Yeah, just wait for him to kick it back to us. Ball back into play, just forward of the wing for Carlton. Hosking goes straight through and then got caught. The ambition was a little bit too much. Got excited when she stepped through three of them and she tried to run straight over top of Sarah Chapman, who said no way. Then gave the hand pass to guess who had a quick hand pass away herself as she got tackled. Turnover time for Carlton. Bromwich round the corner towards half forward. Here's Vesio tracking the football. Caught, got a hand pass away just in time. Getting back there for the Blues is Suzuki. The 23rd kicks inside 50. Slipping over was Vesio. Got away from her. Duffin's back there again. Gets onto the left boot. Kicks it out wide looking for Chapman. And it'll bounce away from her and go back over the line again for another throw in. Just a couple of players slipping over, so might be a little bit of. Looks like the ground may have been top dressed, has it, Anthony? You'd know, being here regularly.
Well, I haven't been here for the last week, so I wouldn't know this week, but it normally is. Normally, probably of a Wednesday, they try and give it a top dress every few weeks.
It looks like a little bit of sand coverage there underneath the grass, so it was possibly this week, and it's brought a few players undone with their footing.
Yeah, that's the reason for the awkward bounces as well.
It's quite possible. Extra sand out there.
As Haitley goes long on the outer side wing. Hosking again, powering her way into it. Good to see her back out on the park. Just the 3 games so far this season. And really missed her presence in the middle of the ground. She just had that defensive side with her fierce tackling of her opponents. You see her come from a mile away just to line up someone for a tackle. And you certainly feel the full force when she does wrap the arms around. Ball still on that outer side. Here's an opportunity for the Blues. Chott. Handballs forward. Harvey now the captain. A handball on. Can they get it clear? Just unable to get Vesely. Unable to get clean possession. Good work by the defence of Williamstown in the end. And we'll have another ball up. Inside that forward 50 arc for the Blues. Correct me if I'm wrong, they haven't scored this quarter.
There's been one score for the quarter, and that was the goal from Whiting at 40 seconds. And we've now played 15 minutes. Ball out towards the wing. It'll be taken away by Lowe. It bounced the wrong way for her again. Had to go back and lay the tackle. That was good. Picked up here for Williamstown by Raymundo. Got the handball back. Strong tackle laid there by Carlton. And we'll have another ball up 45 metres out from the Blues goal. So yeah, just one goal to Williamstown, nothing to Carlton in this third quarter. And ball's spent a fair bit of time in the Blues forward 50 the last few minutes. It just trickles out of that zone at the moment as Pound has come a long way up the ground and got wrapped up by the late inclusion in Wallace. We have a ball up, knocked to ground, Hosking, kick around the corner, inside 50, Reed and Vesio, and it runs away and over for a throw in. 6-3-39 Carlton, 2-2-14 Williamstown. 16 minutes gone in the third quarter. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Scoreboard, round 10 action at Icon Park. The start of a doubleheader here this afternoon with the Northern Blues taking on Williamstown later on in the Peter Jackson VFL competition. Ball work towards the line there for Willie by Cameron. It's kept in by Bromwich. And it will be a ball up. Last player up out of that was Vesely. About 20 metres around now from the Blues goal. One by Hardiman. She might get it back here. Diving in there was Raymundo. Fed the hand pass out wide. Lowe's had a pretty good day. And did that hit the boot of Bromwich? Boundary umpire said no. Going to throw it in. Dying stages of the third quarter. Carlton at 2-6. Williamstown at 1-7. Both teams out of finals contention this season. In their first years in VFL W action for Swiss Wellness, there's a free kick being picked out here for the Seagulls. And I don't think she realises it's hers. It's going to be Seabrook, who's had to run back 40 metres to take the free kick. She tips it out wide and finds Jess Duffin for another possession. On defensive 50. Kicks into the player on the mark, which was Vesio. Jumped well to bring the ball to ground. Went as far as Williamson, who kicked around the corner for Williamstown. And it didn't get it around the corner enough and put it out of bounds on the full. So a free kick to Carlton. Harvey chips towards half forward. In the front spot is Bromwich. Couldn't take the mark. Reaching in to gather the football. There was Schultz, couldn't do so. Vesely. And a ball up at half forward for Carlton. It bounced away. Now Bromwich caught in a tackle by Melnikas. We have another stoppage added to the stats sheet.
Ticking down towards three-quarter time. A lull during this third term. As we mentioned, just the one goal scored. Handball comes out, shot. Told to go forward by Vesio. Inside forward 50 now. Taken too high, and the free kick will go the way of Celine Moody. So chance for a late one here for the Blues inside last 70 seconds of the term. Gab Pound wanders on by. She bombs it long towards goal. And the first score for the term on the board for the Blues. It is a behind. Takes them on to 6-4-40 to 2-2-14.
Duffin brought it out and found Smith. And she might get it back here.
She will.
No, she won't. Good play. Good play by Georgia Walker. Got a hand in there and knocked it over for a boundary throw in. She telegraphed that one.
Read the play well.
Yeah. A little bit predictable, wasn't it? Boundary throw in, 52 metres out. Still time for Carlton if they get a quick takeaway from here. Caught, Vesio lays the tackle. How will this be seen? It flicked out wide. Reed caught, Bromwich caught, dumped. Quick kick from Seabrook. Needs to get and go here, Moody. Kicks, almost misses the boot, and she's come up sore there on the knee. Keep an eye on that. Cox, they need a mark here towards full forward. Harvey had a couple goes at it, couldn't quite. And the siren sounds for three-quarter time. And we've got a couple of quite sore players here. Reed is down for Williamstown right on the siren with possibly an ankle. And hobbling away also is Celine Moody after appearing to jar the knee in that contest there too. So we'll keep an eye on those at the three-quarter break. But it is Carlton leading by 25 points. The only score of that quarter came in the first 40 seconds to Shani Whiting. And the Blues lead, in fact, it's 26. They did get that late behind to Gabby Pound. 6-4-40 Carlton. Seagulls 2-2-14. 3 goals to Vesio, 2 to Cox and 1 to Harvey for the Blues. 2 goals to Whiting for the Seagulls.
We're going to take our final break here at Icon Park. Anthony Stangetz and Brendan Rhodes with you. And then we'll be back with a big final term. What can Williamstown do, or will it be the Blues bringing up a third win of the season? You'll find out after this break here on VFL.com.au. Final term about to begin here at Icon Park. Carlton in the lead. They didn't score a major during the third term, but 6 in the first half and a great centre clearance straight away. And here's a chance holding against Darcy Vesio. And she's got an opportunity to add her 4th major of the day.
It took Williamstown 40 seconds in the third quarter. Carlton could beat it here.
Hopefully it's not the same result as the third term. Our only goal of the quarter. Vesio snuck it home, showing no jet lag at all. Darcy Vesio from her overseas jaunts has kicked her 4th goal of the day, taking her tally to 13 for the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's season. Still sitting in 3rd spot, but closing out on Hannah Mounsey on 15, Jess Segenary on 14, and Darcy Vesio now on 13 in an outright 3rd spot. Great start. 7th goal of the game for the Blues.
Hardeman won the tap. It only went straight to Acheampong. Hosking is down in the centre circle. Keep an eye on that. Duffin picks it up on the wing for Williamstown. Hand pass over the top to Bruton. She'll go back to Duffin. Just missed her, but she's good enough to get it. Back pedalled and got out of the trouble. Back to Bruton. Kick towards half forward. Acheampong ran hard to get there. Couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Tackle laid. And we'll have a ball up. Anthony, what can you see?
Yeah, trainer's just taking Hosking off the field. Was a bit dazed when she got up. Not carrying her from the field. She's jogging off, which is good to see.
I think she actually ran into Acheampong trying to tackle her and just came off second best. And she's a much bigger player, Rachel Acheampong, as the Seagulls spent it before she had it, did Bruton. Got around onto the left, kicked inside 50. Pound is back there and takes a good mark for Carlton. Good to see her back playing. Trying to milk the protected zone 50. Umpire not having a bar of that. The kick into the middle of the ground just cleared the target. Harvey's had a good day. Got rid of one. Hand pass out. Now it'll come to Dalton, who stepped back inboard. Has to be quick. Handball back now to Suzuki. Draw the player. Then got a handball back again. Harvey goes towards the wing. Chott almost held onto the mark. It's a 3-on-1 here. Now 3-on-2 as the cavalry arrives. And it'll be a ball up on centre wing on the northern side, the broadcast side of Icon Park. 3 minutes gone in the final quarter. Carlton leading by 32 points. Game high margin. They equalled that in the second quarter. Chapman caught high by Plain. Umpire couldn't see that. Williamstown bench saw it. We'll have a ball up right on centre wing here at Icon Park after 3 minutes of the final quarter.
The second game for the day has got underway at Henry Turner Reserve. And Essendon, after their first win of the season, get their first goal on the board. 3 minutes into the first term, they lead 1-1-7 to Western Bulldogs, yet to score. As Cox goes up towards forward 50 again. Vesio launches from just inside the 50 arc. Duffin, safe arms, takes the grab and gets back in defence and cuts off another Vesio looking for her 5th of the day.
How many times have we called that Vesio and Cameron? Vesio's kicks chopped off by Cameron. She might have had 7 or 8 if it wasn't for Duffin.
Correct.
Coming out of defence now, the Seagulls. Chott has a good chance to take this mark. Couldn't quite. She'll still get the football. Went low with the handball. It was kicked clear for Williamstown by Portelli. It's coming back towards half forward. Bromwich arrived, thumped it down to ground. Good work here by Dalton. Kicks up towards full forward. Vesio's got 2 to beat. She's still got 2 hands on the footy. Couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Coming out of defence is Bruton. Acts it long towards half-back, but Celine Moody, who has had a bit of work at three-quarter time on that knee, and she's fine. Takes the mark just outside 50. Kicks to a player all on her own at half forward. It doesn't quite get to her. Does on the bounce. And the shot at goal from Walker to the goal square. Vesio again with 2 to beat and gets a free kick against her for a push. Could have went both ways there. I think she was pushed at the same time as she gave the push. And it went in favour of Williamstown, and Jess Duffin has it in the opposite pocket.
I think Duffin might have secured a spot in the Team of the Year this year in Swiss Wellness VFL Women's.
And she wouldn't be far away from having the C beside her name.
I think playing very well as the Blues go forward once again.
Question is, have they won enough games for her to be in contention for the medal?
Well, she's certainly picked up plenty of the football. Bouncing football.
Oh, that's a goal.
Gone through, it has. Great work by the Blues. Put through another goal for
Vesely.
The afternoon. And Vesely kicks her first of the match. And that going through for the 8th of the afternoon. Yes.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, 8th of the afternoon.
And in her third game, it's her first VFLW goal. So well done to Olivia Vesely, 18 years old. So another one of those youngsters coming through. She would have come through the TAC Cup Girls last year probably, would she?
Yes.
Ball towards half forward for Carlton now. Duffin's getting back there first for Williamstown. Runs around Bromwich. Then had to give the hand pass away as Bromwich tracked her down nicely. Taken by Portelli, who kicks up towards half forward. And it goes off hands and over for a boundary throw-in. It certainly makes you feel old when you look down at the team sheets and see 00 birth dates, doesn't it? There's a couple of them there on the Williamstown side of things. Megan Williamson and Shani Whiting, and a few 99s as well. As the ball came back towards half forward for Williamstown, picked up by Pound. Quick kick away from Pedersen, bouncing ball towards the wing. Duffin sees it over for a boundary throw-in. 7 minutes gone in the final quarter. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's scoreboard. Carlton 8-4-52, leading Williamstown 2-14. The margin is 40 points. Or 38 points if I can get the maths working. Towards the wing, the Blues go again. Well played by Chapman, the captain. Got a little hand pass over the top into traffic. Suzuki gets around and goes for a run. Mika Suzuki towards half forward. Vesio swings onto the right boot, kicks inside 50. Playing in front and getting a high tackle surely is Andrea Cameron. And she will take it for Williamstown. It will be Erin Mead, who is back there. Plays on and kicks towards the wing. Over the back. It is Carlton with the footy, and Walker brings it back inside forward. 50 again. Duffin's there. One more time for Williamstown. Vesely got the ball away from her. And we'll get a ball up. 8 minutes gone in the final quarter. And it is Carlton leading 52-14. Certainly will be winning their third game of the year and their first one since round 2. Towards the pocket now go the Blues, and it'll be picked up for Williamstown. Short ball finds Chapman. And Chapman brings it across the face of goal. Dangerous. And it's been marked by Dalton. Chloe Dalton, 40 metres out. Not sure whether she's got the distance. She seems to think she has.
Well, Vesio was backing her in because she was by herself at the top of the goal square and just signalled to her, go back for goal.
So Chloe Dalton for her second goal of the season. It is short. Vesio flies from the back, has to go with the punch. Player copped to the knee in the back there for Williamstown. Paterno, I think it is. As Vesio flew over the top. And we get a boundary throw in.
Yeah, Portelli.
Portelli, okay.
Copping the knees in the back from the attempted high fly.
Ball back in. Carlton deep in attack. Picked up by Chapman. Fed the hand pass through. Running hard is Bruton.
Oh.
Gone! Great work there by Dalton. Play on to advantage. Cox has the shot and kicks it out of bounds on the full. But I reckon that's about the fourth time we've seen a player with the football today try and run straight over top of a tackler, and the fourth time they've failed. So the tackling is fantastic here at VFLW level. They're not letting anyone get away with what they shouldn't.
Certainly not, as Mead butters up the second attempt, and she got the ball away to her teammate in Reed. Reed round the corner, finds Lowe. She elects to play on. She's going to try and get through traffic. Kicks long along this broadcast side wing and finds Rowe. Rowe signalling she's going to go long. She does now. Leading out again, Shani Whiting. 2 goals today. Maybe too far out to score. She's going to unload, though. She's going to prove me wrong with a long kick to the goal square. Bouncing football on the line. Touched. Unable to get it over the line was Cameron.
It's well done by Chott. Just got there at the right stage just to smother that little 1 metre kick through.
She did.
Out to the centre of the ground, the Blues with quick transition. Duffin fires it long and high back inside 50 and back with the flight of the ball. Taking an excellent mark for Williamstown is Paterno, and she can go back. She will kick from about 46 metres out. So it might be a real big challenge for her from there. But again, confident in her abilities to kick the distance. Very short run up Paterno. She's going very close to the player on the mark. The kick will land in the goal square. Chott sees it off hands. And over for a behind. Her first one of the season, Paterno, if you credit that to her. And Williamstown go to 2-4-16. Carlton 8-4-52 on the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's scoreboard. Nearly 12 gone in the final quarter.
Blues bring the ball back into play. Strong overhead mark taken by Schultz. Sees the long lead, just doesn't go in that direction. 3-on-1 contest, good work, pushing the ball forward again. Suzuki. Bruton gets around Vesio, almost had to get around her own opponent too. Hands it to the ball magnet in Duffin. Duffin goes straight down the middle of Icon Park and finds Sister Cameron. So Cameron now up towards forward 50 inside the protected area and downfield.
Christy Harvey. It's just wandering past the Carlton captain.
Can't say I'm a big fan of that rule, especially if they're not...
if they're not looking to be involved, I would say the only reason she is in a dangerous position there is if Cameron turns and runs in that direction. Then she's there, she gets pinged. But if they're not looking to impact the play, then they're just running past, let it go, I reckon.
Couldn't agree more. Andrea Cameron now takes the free kick down the field. Offline to the left-hand side and through for 1 behind. Williamstown moving on to 2-4-16, trailing Carlton 2-5. 2-5-17 to Carlton 8-4-52.
Good mark taken in the back pocket here for Carlton by Hicks. The good player for Diamond Creek last year. And this ball will bounce over the line.
Suzuki lost it.
Yeah, she's having a good old laugh at it, at the fact that it landed behind her about half a metre and went sideways. She's saying, where to go, where to go? So boundary throw in. Just forward of centre wing for Williamstown. The last 6 minutes approaching of this game here at Icon Park. And we'll get another ball up. The Blues in command by 35 points.
3 points the margin in our other game that's going at the moment. Essendon 139, Western Bulldogs 1 goal straight. Deanna Berry kicking the first for the Bulldogs.
With strength, Georgia Fisher bustles it through and kicks up to the wing. Bromwich battling hard with Duffin, who just grabs her by the arm and ragdolls her.
And asks the question of the umpire.
Well, could you go for holding the ball? Could you go for chicken wing? You went for play on was the decision in the end, and probably okay. Ball's in the centre of the ground. Harvey is wrapped up by Cranny, and we have a ball up back in the centre circle. Well, there's no way to get a fair handball away when they're being tackled like that, is there? You've got to
Certainly
kick
wasn't.
it. Bruton's kick was smothered. Caught was Melnicus. And we'll get another ball up. 15 minutes gone in the final quarter. 5 to go here at Icon Park. Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Round 10 action.
Champong gets the tap down. Bruton on the left foot. Gets it up towards half forward. Now they're pushing the ball forward. Pound. Good work back into the side. First time this season. As Duffin made to work for it. Tapped it backwards. Vesio, she's going to use the same sort of tap and try and push the ball forward for her side. I get it out to the other side. Cameron, V Pound. Good work by Cameron. She almost fell over, but got her kick away. Rowe now. She dribbles it down to the goal square. Here's a good chance for Whiting. Can she get round her opponent? She can't. Great tackling pressure from the Blues. 25 metres out from the Williamstown goal. Ball going nowhere, and we'll have a ball up.
Good work by Fisher too, getting back onto the line for Carlton. Making sure that the quick kick has to go through on the full.
Got the numbers back. They've worked well in defence today to keep Williamstown to just the 2 goals.
Bombed away by Pedersen from the contest. Achimpong will probably struggle for pace here, but she was able to get there because of the fumble. It's a crunching tackle on Walker, who has stayed down and not in a good way. Kick towards full forward. Pedersen takes the mark for Carlton. But that was just crunched, was Walker by Achimpong. And completely fair, I reckon. The umpire's going to call for an injury stoppage again. So it will come back to Pedersen in the back pocket.
Oh, Sarah Hosking, I don't believe's returned to the field today.
I certainly haven't seen that. She ran into Achimpong as well, didn't she?
She did. Tried to lay the tackle on that occasion. Came off second best.
Yeah, Rachel Achimpong, the one of the more experienced players on the ground, 31. And the kick has been chopped off on the second go there from Pedersen. And creates a shot on goal here for Williamstown. And it'll be taken by Georgia Rowe. Playing just her 3rd game.
South Australian pickup for Williamstown. Originally from Victoria, but coming across from the Sandful.
Late addition to the list. As she kicks from just outside 40. And it goes right off the outside of her boot and bounces over the line for a throw-in. As we tick towards the final 2 minutes.
That's probably has been what Williamstown have lacked this year, having those few targets to goal. Good to see Shani Whiting fitting into that forward line now, giving them a target up forward. But they've had Jess Duffin as their major goal scorer along with Paterno, and probably needing someone extra. Is Bruton, talking about goal kickers, Bruton puts it through for their 3rd goal of the afternoon. They now move on to 3-5-23 to Carlton 8-4-52. And we're moving inside the last 90 seconds of this clash here at Icon Park today between Carlton and Williamstown. And it looks now like Carlton will bring up that 3rd win of the season.
And she'll enjoy that too, Jenna Bruton. Her 1st goal of the year in her 6th game, only her 6th goal in 42 VFL W games. So she doesn't get forward to kick many. She'll be talking about that one, I'd imagine, even despite the fact that they've been well beaten today. Now, we've got no footy, and we've got no umpire in the centre of the ground. So the goal, I think, has been kicked, and it's gone down the back at Icon Park. So the field umpires had to run right down to the other end of the ground and pick up another footy so that we can start again, and that's taken a minute off the clock.
Great work by the fieldies.
Just good thinking there. As the ball came back out of the centre, Achimpong fed it out to Bruton, the goal kicker. Kicks it towards half forward. Paterno off to Williamson. Kicks towards half forward. Bouncing ball inside 50. Stepping through there was Burns, who did well. Back out towards the wing. Melnikas will get there first with Fisher. And she just wanders over the boundary line for a throw-in. And that will just about be last rights on this one, Anthony.
Yeah, certainly will. Good work by Nicola Burns, just holding her feet, riding the tackle, and then clearing the ball for the Blues, as they have done right throughout the afternoon.
And that will do. And it is Carlton who have come up trumps here today. They've broken a 6-match losing streak, their first win since round 2. The Blues have won convincingly here at Icon Park this morning and this afternoon, right across the lunch break. 8 goals for 52 Carlton, defeating Williamstown 3-5-23, a 29-point margin in favour of the Blues. Darcy Vesio kicked 4 goals on her return to action today. 2 to Caitlin Cox and singles to Christy Harvey and Olivia Vesely. For Williamstown, Shani Whiting with 2 and Jenna Bruton with 1 in the final 2 minutes. A 29-point win to the Blues.
Yeah, great to see out on the field. Shani Whiting, already the superstar status, 2 goals and getting selfies out on the field. A fan coming up to her and wanting a selfie. So certainly making an impact here at the Williamstown Football Club already.
This one that'll be worth a bit if she gets drafted at the end of the year.
It certainly will be. As we mentioned, Darcy Vesio, 4 goals today, equal third in the Choose Tap leading goal scorers today in Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. That draws us to a close today. Just a quick look at around the ground scores, and no change at that is quarter time at Henry Turner Reserve. Essendon 139 leading the Western Bulldogs 1 goal straight 6. Both teams looking to extend their winning streaks today. Bulldogs looking to go 5 straight, and Essendon back-to-back after their first win of the season last week. Brendan, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks, Anthony. Enjoyed it being up here in the I suppose the historic old commentary box here at Icon Park.
Yeah, beautiful position here at Icon Park in the commentary position. That's it from Icon Park. Carlton, the winners today, 8-4-52 to Williamstown 3-5-23. Head to vfl.com.au for all the results, best players and stats during the week. Anthony Stangert signing out from Icon Park. We'll see you next week.